Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome to this part 2 of the Pisces full moon reading. So if you haven't seen part 1, the last video that I did, go back and watch that first so this makes sense. Today was a good day. I had felt a total shift of energy, and I have a lot to say about this this energy and what I'm feeling and what I've picked up over the last 2 days. So if you have watched part 1, I started that with telling you what had happened to me earlier in the week and how it felt kind of negative. I definitely felt a negative kind of vibe there, but then there was this shift, and I realized, and I've known this for a while, but when the sun and the moon are opposite each other, it is a sacred marriage, and it is about fertilization of a particular energy depending on what the other planets are doing. So the week started off really intensely, and then there was this breakthrough, very Uranus energy, but it was beautiful. It was like a dramatic turn for the better, for my son, who was in hospital for a few days, and also for me as well. It's like an unfolding kind of thing, but what's helping is the full moon illuminating the things that we have to do in our everyday life that are practical, because we've got the sun in Virgo and the full moon in Pisces, and this is a sacred marriage of mysticism of Pisces and the practicality of Virgo. So with Venus approaching this chakra, the throat chakra, from now until then, the challenge, the Seven of Wands that came up with this, and it was next to the Knight of Cups in reverse with turquoise. This is this Venus energy. This is the challenge that Venus will have to do with everyday life, the practical matters of life, but also with the illumination of Pisces. So today was a good day, because it was pretty obvious that the energy has shifted after that particular neighbor ceased to exist. And I know that sounds horrible to say that, but it all made sense, with the police. It's Capricorn energy. There was a female officer, a male officer. They came in a pair, and they were there to remove the lingering energy of tyranny in basically my home life. And so you might be dealing with something like that, where the positive forces of masculine and feminine within the Capricorn task force type of energy will help with removing something that has been really negative. The death of something within home life. Doesn't have to be a person, but it could be. Or maybe that is just personal to my life, but I feel that's not. So this reading for the full moon, it was saying that it is a good time for respite and recovering and some relaxation from some things that have been really penetratingly difficult, painful, an imbalance, whatever imbalance has created this 10 of Swords in your life that you may have been dealing with, because something that was basically in the way of you feeling relaxed and at peace. And whatever is breaking down here with this full moon energy is it's a very kind of mysterious positive outcome, and the beginning of strengthening something within the character, within the structural body, through the marriage of Pisces and Virgo. So here's the card that came out with the Nine of Wands. The Gladiola and Nine of Wands energy. So something was exhausting, and there's definitely a need for to bring in a peaceful energy, which is happening now. And this is saying that character cannot be developed in ease and quiet, and that's why we have the Ten of Swords crossing the Four of Swords, because there was something that was preventing the ease and quiet for the purpose of experiencing some kind of difficulty or trial up until this point. And this suffering, this trial energy, this difficult experiences has fertilized a new energy where that blockage can be removed by harnessing the Virgo energy with the Pisces energy. So you need the Pisces energy with this full moon to illuminate the things. The things will be illuminated that have been secret, unknown to you. And when I was saying that we need to navigate through something unknown, this is what it's talking about. We don't know what's on the opposite side of the gate. We don't know what's out there. We don't know exactly what is, what the new journey will look like. Whether you have just started a new job, or you are in a new relationship or situation. So when it comes to the convenience action, the thing that we turn to that's more convenient, that's easier. When it comes to this in perspective with the throat chakra, it's basically, it's saying what someone wants to hear. It's easier to do that. It's easier to tell someone what they want to hear, or it's easier to make money to tell someone what they want to hear. It's easier to gain popularity. It's easier to do a lot of things by not speaking the truth. And I feel like the collective has this habit of not expressing what's on the deeper level. And this causes a lot of this emotional cut-off energy, emotional isolation. But it's, like I said, a vicious cycle. So I'm going to do another layer on this reading. It's funny because it was the second day of my classes today, of my studies, and the unit that we're about to get in tomorrow is all about communication, and communication in a very practical sense, in a professional sense. So it's interesting that that's happening now. So the Three of Swords is clarifying the Four of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So this, the pain, the heartache, the disappointment, the vicious cycle, it's like stabbing the heart. It's saying that the lack of expressing deeper things and your true feelings, your true ideas, your true dreams is damaging to the heart chakra. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is clarifying the world in reverse. So there is an energy of something new on the horizon, a new cycle. Ten of Cups in the reverse, clarifying the Justice card in the reverse. This imbalance causes major disharmony in the home and in the emotional realm, which is not surprising when there isn't, homeostasis, when there isn't balance, when there isn't equality. When there isn't positive karma, it creates a cycle of unhappiness. And this is imprinted in the human DNA throughout history. Then we have the Four of Wands clarifying the Tower. So this is a breakdown, a decaying of the structure of something. The Four of Wands, what is valued now is completely like meaningless shit. It doesn't even matter. And I feel like this is connected in, like, when you look at the Four of Wands, it's a structure. There's four, it makes something sturdy. And it's also a card of ritual and ritual of milestones and something that's celebrated because it's meaningful. The meaning in things is lost to the generations. But there's also a surrendering energy with this Tower in this particular deck, because it's they're kind of just releasing. They know they have to get out of the situation. They know they don't like it. There's chaos. It's Mars energy. And there's a surrendering to letting go of meaningless things that don't bring any value or character or moral integrity. Then clarifying the Ten of Swords is the Two of Wands. So difficulty in making progress when you don't have the time for peace and tranquility and rest, when there's sleep disturbances, and when there is things blocking the natural need and desire to have peace and harmony in life. There's progress that goes only a certain way, and then it becomes destructive or it breaks down. It's not solid. So difficulty in making progress when there's no peace and tranquility. And then with the Seven of Wands, we have the Hierophant in reverse. So this is the Venus challenge, because it is right next to the turquoise and the Knight of Cups, very Venus energy, and this challenge of the order of things, the Hierophant in reverse, the things that have been created out of convenience and benefit to companies or organizations. Also, it means the hierarchy of something and the inability to really gain any kind of valuable or meaningful knowledge. So she's taking on this challenge from now until she moves through the throat chakra gate that I feel is covered with restrictive mechanisms that the self has put in place because of these structures and this cycle. And it's kind of like embedded in the DNA. So it's not just like, you know, all about the hierarchy and the structures and how they're bad and they need to come down or they need to change. It's about humans changing. It's about the self being responsible and taking on this challenge to learn what they need to learn about themselves, to release these restrictive mechanisms that may have been really conditioned since early childhood. So Venus is taking on this challenge as she approaches the chakra gate. So basically the Page of Swords is in the position of the reason why she's taking on this energy. And I say she, this is like the part of the self that is magnetic, what you attract, what you're attracted to. The energy of love and beauty and talents, that part of the self. So So she is, so the reason why she's taking on the challenge and approaching the fifth chakra is because there's something to say. She has something to say. And it is in the realm of emotional well-being. So this is the part where, when I said we beat ourselves up because we feel like we should have said something different, or we shouldn't have said something, or there's something to do with the expression, the communication. And then we beat ourselves up based on what we feel we made a mistake with in the realm of communication. And then we go through a cycle of feeling a loss, feeling unhappy, feeling out of balance. And it's like this cycle of karma that creates this Ten of Cups in reverse. So the reason why she's approaching the throat chakra, and she has the power of the Pisces moon and the Virgo sun, is because there's a mystical element and a practical element in this emotional cleansing to say and express and communicate in a way where it is a balanced conversation. And maybe you're doing something like that, or that you're in a new workplace situation, or in a situation where communication starts to become healing, but in a very practical, on a very practical level. And she is seeking that reciprocation, the balance of masculine and feminine with the Six of Pentacles. So that is the reason why she's approaching the throat chakra with this energy of Pisces and Virgo, and why I saw that she has the power of Pisces and Virgo, because this will illuminate areas where we do not express ourselves, where we have these mechanisms that restrict that chakra. Then we have the moon in reverse with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is where we will be uncovering these mechanisms and this growth, overgrown. The vision that I had was an overgrown hedge covering, it was like vines covering a gate. The only way through the gate is to basically do some hard work and put some energy into cutting away and removing the overgrowth of what's restricting the path. So with this Ten of Pentacles energy, this is about, it's about family. Maybe you have family issues going on. It could be about work. It could also be about you learning to release these things that are blocking your ability to speak your truth in a way that is really compassionate, soft. It's like the soft side of things, but it's in a Virgo way as well, where it's like practical. I think it's also about being compensated for your talents as well, gifts and talents, uncovering the courage and the strength to put yourself out there. But it's definitely about hard work with this uncovering the way forward, the gate. To open the gate, you have to put some work into it. And that requires you to see what has grown over that gate and is blocking that expression. Then we have the Knight of Swords with the Knight of Cups and the turquoise. So I feel this is another card of communication and the tool that you will be gaining, or tools. because this is all about getting to the heart of yourself. It's about using tools to help the self to heal these emotional disturbances that may not have been known to the self. So we have the Star and the Eight of Cups clarifying the Nine of Wands with the strength of character and moral integrity, and so we have this need. Pisces energy is telling us that we do have needs to rest, go inward, and have restful sleep, and tap into our intuition and everything like that. And then we have this we also have a lot of Mars energy coming in here with what Mars is not happy about and wants some sort of rebuilding of something. So it's going to require strength, and I feel like so this Mars retrograde energy would be about gaining more clarity, gaining more strength, and then once Venus has moved beyond the what is it, the 14th of September, the throat chakra gate. Up until that point, we're doing all of this hard work, and it's saying be practical, give yourself time and rest, because there's a lot of progress that can be made with this challenge, and it is a challenge. And it's a challenge that goes against what is being told at the moment. I'm going to clarify that because Venus is challenging this Hierophant. So clarifying why Venus is in a challenge with this hierarchical energy is because of the Purple Curse Clearer and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So the Curse Clearer is about protection and the physical body, brings high frequency into the physical body. The Five of Pentacles is a really important card because it's about overcoming feelings of abandonment and deep conditioning of thinking that you're just a little tiny thing that doesn't matter. And this is the way that the system likes it to be, because it makes it effective. It's like, and it's old. It's really old because it's in the DNA. So the conditioning of that your opinion or your beliefs or your desires and dreams and talents are insignificant. And that it reminds me of like old school parents that would say, you can't be an artist because that's not going to make you any money. It's not going to pay your bills. It's that kind of, and that was ingrained in them. I didn't have parents like that, but it reminds me of parents like that. So I'm kind of feeling like it's like an awakening or an illumination to things in life where we acknowledge that that was kind of a curse, that was a negative energy, that was a negative influence. And the struggle of that, the conditioning of that is turning into ambition, but I feel that's after this Venus energy moves through the freeing of the throat chakra. It's about facing communication struggles and the conditioning and why we have problems with communication, and doing some emotional cleansing with whatever is underneath the surface with the cycle of what's embedded in the DNA. This builds strength. This will build strength and moral integrity and character, and character development. And like it says, that doesn't happen when everything's just easy and quiet. So there could be possible kind of chaotic energy between you and another person who has very strong kind of patriarchal ideals or something like that. We will only see what's past the gate once we do the hard work of uncovering the gate to pass through it, because I feel that we'll start to get glimpses in the last part of the month of September and see some sort of light. That is an interesting thing, because it's like outside of yourself, but it's inside of yourself. It's like something within your world that will be mirroring to you your own light. And this creates the path, seeing the path, because I feel like he was talking about navigating through something that you just can't see yet. So there's a lot about Pisces helping to illuminate things. So I'm going to do another layer using the Enchanted Map Oracle. So the Dragon's Lair, that's where we have been. And we get hurt when we go into the Dragon's Lair. And we come across dragons that are scary, or they're intimidating, or something's confronting, and throat chakra kind of, because it's blocked or it has all these mechanisms that stop the self from truly expressing what's in the heart, and the specifically the third chakra, the personal power. It's like we become powerless and don't say something, especially if you are sensitive, highly sensitive, and you're an empath. So telling the dragons what they want to hear leads to a cycle of negative karma for the self, and it creates more blockages on the throat chakra. Then we have heal the ouch with the Three of Wands in the world. So like I said in the last reading, before we can move into the next phase of things, we really have to look at the completion of this task, which is freeing the ability to express the self in ways that are not limiting and suppressive. So we're looking at what needs to be healed. This is Aries energy, and it's also masculine. So with the Mars energy, and with Mars being in Aries, Mars in Aries at the moment is surrendering, or going into a phase of surrendering, because the self needs time to finish something and gain some strength. Field of Dreams is clarifying the Tower and the Four of Wands. So there's a surrendering to going back to this Piscean kind of dream time. And I feel like that energy is okay with that, letting some kind of structure physically or mentally or emotionally, just surrendering to what can't go any further without any real progress. So it's like there's this acknowledgement that to make real progress, there needs to be a drastic change. And in order for that drastic change to come about, the masculine part of the self needs to surrender and go back to something. Just look at this. What is it going back to? Because it's surrendering to a structure that doesn't work. It's something that doesn't work, or something that has produced little progress, or destructive ritualistic habits. Like I said, inconvenience and convenience and doing and saying what is easier. This energy of taking shortcuts. And so this is a time to become, when this energy goes into a surrendering, this Mars energy goes into surrendering, it's a time to become clear on the potential, clear on what you could potentially materialize. But it's saying that this masculine energy, the Mars energy within the collective, needs to be clear. So that's why we have this illumination going on, and also needs the joined force of the sun in Virgo, so the gentle gardener energy with that. It says, be clear about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Concentrate on your best life, regardless of the temporary outer conditions imposed upon you by the greater world, which has its own story to tell. You have a basket full of seeds that are quite powerful. Your talents are divinely inspired and will indeed lead to a great harvest to be shared with others. You will reap what you have sown. Dream big, dream beautiful, take action, and tend to the garden of your life and experience the extraordinary. So there's also an evaluation of, are your dreams your own or are they someone else's? Have you chased money, possessions? Have you placed security above fulfillment? Has approval seeking played a major role in your motivation to succeed? These are all things that will be illuminated with this energy and the masculine energy with Mars, when Mars is in this surrendered state. And it's a time to assess the validity of your dreams, your talents, and your willingness to be a channel for inspiration and creativity. Contemplation of your will, what you're willing to do, and how in alignment is it with your purpose, your dreams, your stuff. Because Venus is in a challenge here with some kind of mental conditioning. That is old, and it has had an effect on people's throat chakra. Intention. So this is clarifying the core of this reading, which is about the inability to really feel a sense of peace or rest, healing, if there's anything that is unhealed, and why there hasn't been healing. Because I feel like the intention has been there, but the progress has been difficult. And the progress is difficult because of the Ten of Swords crossing over that Four of Swords. And that's telling me that there has been a difficult time within the collective to really materialize their truest intentions. And what does materialize is the superficial stuff that you make a little bit of progress and then it falls apart. or something becomes good in the short term and then it fizzles. Or the intention has been on the wrong thing. Like it said, it could have been, the intention could be on material gain and the wrong kind of success. And then you have ride the wave, clarifying the unfortunate karma that we experience multiple times because of this conditioning. So it's like saying that you need a partner, you need a friend, you need this Pisces energy. This Pisces energy is coming in to really help you to ride this wave and navigate through this unknown gateway into new developments of your character and unshackling mechanisms on the throat chakra. And we have the slow and steady card for the challenge. It's definitely saying that it's going to be work involved, not to rush something, not to rush through it, because you have to be really clear on what you want and what you don't want. I feel that this is a good example of Virgo and Pisces in a marriage, because it's showing a fairy that has wings, but it's a snail fairy. Does things slowly, methodically, with care, with attention. And she's crossing her heart, so everything is heart motivated. And it's number 12. I feel like it's saying that these things that are going to be illuminated could be a part of the unseen world, like the 12th house, things that you have in the 12th house. And we have the card of rescue with the emotional cleansing and the reason behind the challenge. It hasn't felt safe to be yourself. That's a theme in the collective, that people don't feel safe to really be themselves. And so they take on behaviors and things to protect themselves, to be accepted or, desired. Venus is looking at this, or the self is looking at this as Venus moves through this energy halfway through the month, of why it feels unsafe to be yourself. And the rescue card is about that there is a magical element here, because it's the full moon in Pisces, and this card, I feel, is Pisces energy. And it says that getting into a right relationship with the divine, you will see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help that you need. Ask and you will receive. That is the second time that sentence has come out recently. And so there's like this magical kind of message about you feel, or you have some kind of belief or feeling or conditioning where it's like you don't deserve it, you don't believe that you are worthy of it, or something like that. And it's saying that you are, and that emotion needs to be cleansed. And that safety is a place within the self. It's also a card that cautions you against romanticizing your situation, and to look closely and see the reality as it is, rather than the illusion of how you'd like it to be. So that's that Pisces idealism that we can get caught up in, is the illusion of how you want it to be, as opposed to what the actual reality is. And so it says needing to step back and rescue yourself, and expose the illusion so that you may discern, Virgo, the difference between truth and fantasy. And then clarifying the Ten of Pentacles with the Moon in reverse, and this illumination is storm fields. So this is saying that it's something that is going to not be permanent, whatever this challenge is or whatever it brings up. It passes. There will something that passes through, and it is to do with the illumination of sense of belonging and safety and security. So something may happen where it kind of stirs things up or shakes things up, but it's just temporary to show you and to uncover those conscious thoughts and feelings about your sense of belonging and security. So it's like it's setting up a situation where you will have to basically do the work and rescue yourself and pull yourself out of a challenging situation. Maybe not everyone will face this, but it's like your long-term journey is going to be shown to you around the middle of the month if you put in the work, if you basically decide and have the willpower to stop doing things that put you in a vicious cycle of negative karma and shifting focus into your long-term intentions and doing the work to uncover the glimpses of what's through that gate. Because just as, you know, a car approaches a destination, in this case, the vision I had was a gate with covered in vines. As the car approaches, you can see more and more detail with the light that is shined upon the growth. So it's basically saying that it might be difficult parts here by, you know, doing work and rescuing yourself and being practical and putting work in and saying no to this negative cycle that's kind of basically the continuous sneaking past the dragon, and if he happens to be awake, basically telling him what he wants to hear. The dragon could be part of the self, or, you know, maybe the dragon's part of the self and it says, I don't feel emotionally happy and I need, you know, someone to talk to. So I'm going to talk to someone that I don't actually have a connection with. And that's feeding that dragon. Or maybe because it is the throat chakra, this is also about food and health. So it's kind of like saying if you want to conquer the dragon, you have to put in the work. And once you conquer the dragon, you will feel strong and you will have developed new parts of yourself and your character. Then we have the Wizard of Awareness with the two knights, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. And kind of like a Merlin energy with this card, the Wizard of Awareness. I have to say, the turquoise with this wizard and the Knight of Swords is a very enchanting kind of energy. It's like Venus with Mercury, basically. This is Venus and Mercury energy. The message with this is that it's a high perspective. It's basically saying that nothing that happens to you is personal. It is the way that the universe is, that it's not, the things that we go through, the struggles, are not a personal attack. Because even when we're in situations where someone's attacking us, it's not deep look into it. It's not a personal attack because the other person is projecting. And then finally, we have cleaning house. And this is a card of clearing things away, not throwing them away, getting them back to the light, back to the place in which they came from. Because I feel that, you know, the challenges and the struggles and even the dragon's lair comes from a desire on some level to learn about the self. So that's why it's saying don't take anything personally. And also this is like, as you gain the strength of character and new parts of yourself basically blossom and develop, you also release things, so letting go of things that are cluttering your mind. So that is the reading for the full moon, Pisces and Virgo sun energy for September. This is saying that success will be achieved. Whatever Venus energy is doing here, whatever she's going to face, the marriage of Pisces and Virgo, moon and sun, feminine and masculine, is fertilizing this slow and steady pathway towards achieving success and gaining a lot more tools. It's an ambition. I feel like after the Mars energy has been in the surrendered state and communing with the gardener in the field of dreams for a while, I feel that that Mars energy will gain a very inspired kind of ambition. Inspired ambition as opposed to ambition that lacks intention and meaning. So this could be on a personal level for people in the collective, or it could be something that you encounter where it's just like your intentions, your ambition is not inspiring to me, and I'm going to release that or let it go and ride the wave of this shifting, because I feel like getting off a karmic wheel of something that's been happening over and over again with the collective and with the individual, with this kind of thing that I talked about. It's not just a case of like, okay, I'm going to stop doing that now and be on a new path. It's basically saying it's going to take work because it's ingrained on a subconscious level. And so Venus is approaching this gate of the the throat chakra, to rescue the self from the emotional mechanisms that are restricting the throat and the energy portal chakra, the sense of feeling free to express things that are divinely inspired rather than things that are inspired by materialism and meaninglessness. So I hope this reading was interesting and that it brought some kind of insight. As I said, I've felt a big energy shift since the moon went into its actual position of fullness with the sun. in Virgo, it was like a fertilization. So that's the reading. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.